the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good Sunday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and to the gentlemen, happy Father's Day. MARS Touring Series. Here tonight, Irwindale Speedway. I have not seen this track in quite a while. Kind of forgot that it was even on the service still. Drivers here tonight, 18 of them actually. Several making laps. Get a good look at a couple of them here. 43 of Reed Rundle and 24 of Brandon Slope. Making some laps, and yeah, I remember this track being way up by the fence, but it is just greasy tonight. Super hot temperatures. Hello, Marvin, John. Just a few more minutes here in the practice session. They will call the drivers in at the 5-minute mark for their pre-race drivers meeting. We'll go to our invocation, national anthem, get things ready to move on. Big week this week for you guys. Big week. Gonna watch the MARS Touring Series tonight, and then tomorrow night, the kickoff for the Dirt Slingers Racing League, King of the Wing Speed Weeks. Night number 1, the Kickoff Classic and Tim Sims Front Row Challenge. 305 Wing Sprint cars going to be coming at us from the Lima Land Motorsports Park. At last check, there was around 20 drivers checked in for that one, so should be a pretty good show. You see Reed Rundle getting that 43 car out of shape, had the 24 tucked up behind him. And I think they're going to see a lot of that tonight. These cars right on the edge getting around here. But Tuesday night will be the Raging Cajun 360 ASCS Classic. Those drivers are going to be in the 360 Wing Sprint car, and they're going to race ASCS style. They will race in their heat races for passing points. That's how they'll be transferring into the feature for the night. And then on Wednesday night, 5th annual Jason Johnson Memorial. That'll be at Knoxville Raceway. And there'll be some special guests on before the race. Do some chatting in the pre-show. At the end of those 3 nights, all the drivers that has accumulated the most feature race points will be crowned the King of the Wing for 2023 at Dirt Slingers Racing League. We're going to have Zach Krieger on for Monday night, and we'll have KR Stolfus on Tuesday night, and I think they're going to pair up for the Wednesday night show. Should be a fun one. There was over 30 drivers checked in for the two Tuesday night and Wednesday night shows. It's right at just over 30, so should be a good week of racing here. There's Velix over there on YouTube, and I see Mr. MX Sniper. Oh, that's old Dancer. Mowing the yard. Oh, boy. Supposed to be doing T-shirts. Couple of minutes here. We'll get ready for public address to take over and give us our invocation and national anthem, but we're watching a few laps here. JD Stockwell, that bright green 45 machine. Colt Martin in the 88 car. Aaron Thompson here in the 19. Couple of new names. Our aforementioned broadcast personality, Zach Krieger, actually out here tonight in the 35 car, it looks like. The Discord server. We get a word in with him real quick. Clear things out. All right, now Chase Lewis, 35 car. Got into some things late last week or Tuesday night. Got into a few things late in the going. But he's quickest right now, 18.32 seconds. Marvin Turnmeyer right on top of him right there, 18.33, so very close. And Aaron Thompson now has moved up to the 3rd quick spot. So they'll get ready to clear the track, have the drivers meeting. We'll make it time for us to go and do a couple of things, get some things moving around, ready for the big show. Heat races, and then they will take and invert the top 2 from each heat. Redraw that number, and that's how they'll start for the feature tonight. 5 guys for Johnson Motorsports. Okay. Do not be afraid to say hi in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if you have a favorite driver. A lot of times those drivers are paying attention. Never know, you might hear something back from them. Make sure you tune in the rest of the week. Random little giveaways here and there. Going to be some for the fans as well, so make sure you're tuned in for all of that. All right, now I think it is time for us to step aside and let public address take over, give us our invocation, our national anthem. When we come back, it's going to be time for qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All righty, big thank you to the Foleys as always. Got a couple of minutes left until we get ready to send these guys out here for their qualifying. I see Jeff Werdeman. I do not see Marvin Turnmeyer in chat, but oh yeah, there he is. Now I see him. Limited number of drivers that we can talk to pre-race here. Everybody getting ready to crawl in, go out for qualifying. Been a very long time since I have witnessed or been to an event here at the virtual Irwindale Speedway. But I remember this place being very, very tricky. Big, long, sweeping corners, but it's not smooth and it's just very low grip. It's a very old surface. So we saw it in practice. A lot of these cars slipping, sliding around. You used to be able to run way up by the fence. Just kind of had to tiptoe, but you could be pretty quick. To get down and de-wedge the car down on the flat, the car can really get away from you pretty quick here. I do remember that. There are two tracks. One on the inner, which is just outside of where the cars are parked on the pits right now. And then the outer, which is what they're racing on this evening. And neither one conducive to high grip. So. Got 19 cars. Should be a pretty good show. We've really enjoyed having these guys. Both this series and the Tuesday night series. It runs the same cars. They run just short track, so it's been kind of fun actually watching these guys. So we are watching drivers head out. Let's go watch Marvin Turnmeyer roll the 16 car out. Wedged the car a little bit there. Got it to get off the corner. Needed it to turn. He's going to go in and get way down on the flat. You can see it looked like the rear of that car was swinging out as it came around. Lewis, 1832. Chase Lewis. Killing it getting around here. He's going to go right down to the white line. Come out of four. Cross the start again. Nick Baker went 18:28. Baker's still out there on his second lap. We'll go watch Werdeman here as soon as this one ends, or Reed Rundle, one of the two. And just a tick slower that time around, 18:47. So Baker, Lewis, and Thompson, the top three right now. Goes Rundle across the line, and Reed Rundle going to jump to fourth quick. Going to have to pick it up just a touch if he is going to make a bid to grab this pole here this evening. And I don't think the car's getting through turn four at all for him. I guess Whitfield just wrapped his laps up. There's Hunter Johnson. Johnson missed last Tuesday's race. And 18th quick on his first lap. And there's the final guy across the start-finish line. 1862. Moves him up to 17th quick. So all 19 drivers have taken time. They'll divvy them up, put them into heat races. And we will await the divvying process here. Not your typical paved racing format. They use more of a dirt racing format. They just move it to the pavement. They'll take the top two from each heat, throw them into a bucket, redraw for the starting positions in the feature. Round number 2. We're off of this series. We're off for a couple of 3 or 4 weeks here. We don't come back until about the 2nd or 3rd week of July, because their next race is supposed to fall on, I believe it's July the 2nd. That's a big holiday weekend. Won't nobody be around. So let's get ready. Go down here and look at the starting lineup for the first of our 3 heat races. That'll be the 33 of Andrew Perry on the pole. Colt Martin in the 88 on his outside. Reed Rundle, 43 machine, will start inside row number 2, and he'll have Nick Baker. Baker in the 89 on the outside of him. Back to 3rd row. It's going to be Jeff Werdeman, the 81 car inside, and Zach Krieger in that brightly colored 035 on the outside, and then Wes Whitfield in the 07, bringing up the rear of heat number 1. So we'll take them around one more time. The pace car will disappear down in about turn number 3. Drivers will get us started coming out of turn number 4. cold tires, and I kind of expect these guys to be doing a little slipping and sliding. See what Andrew Perry can parlay starting on the pole in heat number 1 into. Kind of quiet. I don't know how I could get much louder. I got that thing cranked all the way up. Green flag in the air. Heat number 1 underway. Perry wasted no time getting to the front. And I think Reed Rundle is going to try to use that same groove. Try to grab second away from Colt Martin. We'll see if Martin can handle the outside and make the momentum line work here. Up in the middle. He's got a little momentum. He's going to stay right beside Reed Rundle in a good battle. These two are putting on right here. That time Rundle with a little wiggle, middle of turn 3 and 4. That may open the door to let Martin have second place all to himself. Now Rundle way out of shape. Definitely going to give it up this time. Move Rundle back to third. Martin on that outside. Keeping the 88 in second. Here comes Baker. Baker's going to make a challenge. He's going to try to move Rundle to the top. Coming around. It's going to be 4 to go. This time out of 3 and 4. Baker still in fourth. Whitfield, Werdeman, Krieger. Everybody is chasing the front two right now. Andrew Perry and Colt Martin. And Martin's just not able to reel Perry in. Got close getting down into turn number 3. Looks like the 88 car's got a little better entry speed, but the 33 has better exit speed. And he's closing the gap, a 10th here, a 10th there, and that's not very far on this track. Oh, this time Martin's going to go around. And he does it in front of company. Trying to get a little extra on the exit of turn number 4. Maybe got a little too goosey with it. And around he goes. So he'll tag the back. And we'll line them up. Perry, Rundle, Baker, Whitfield, Werdeman, Krieger, and then Martin. Just going to be a couple laps remaining. They do green, white checker finishes for these. We should get the one to go this time. The lights do go off on the pace vehicle. They'll get set side by side here. We'll see if Perry can get away again. And we'll see if Rundle can figure out how to keep Baker in check and keep that bottom kind of closed down. Baker really good on restarts. Pace car's out of the way, waiting to get into the zone right about here. Green flag in the air. Perry got a great start, and I think Baker's got his nose to the inside of Rundle. We're going to watch the battle for second and third here. Perry out of 4. White flag this time by Rundle. Fights off the top side. He grabs second back. 3 wide back for the last 3 spots. Werdeman, Krieger, and Martin. Oh, Werdeman going to get out of shape. That's going to cost him, but we're on the white flag lap. Perry wins it. Rundle's going to hang on for second. He'll go into the redraw with Perry, then Baker, Whitfield, Krieger, Martin, and Werdeman is Jeff Werdeman. All kinds of issues. We'll watch real quickly. Little contact. Car right there, and it unweighted that car, and slight bump into. Car beside. So we'll take a quick look here at the starting lineup for heat number 2. Darren Page, the 51 car, going to start on the pole. He's going to have Andrew Humphrey in the 31 on his outside. You'll see Marvin Turnmeyer, 16, inside row number 2. Next to the 35 of Chase Lewis. And then your final row, inside the 21, Garrett Boyd, the outside. Hunter Johnson in the 12 car. Andrew Perry, Roger Wagner, you got a copy. Andrew Perry.
Yes, sir.
All right, man, a win in the heat's going to put you in the redraw. What are your thoughts about this tricky little, and I don't even know, it's a bull ring, but, man, this thing is kind of weird the way you got to race it.
Man, it's like a Martinsville, only the corners are tighter but bank more. I don't know. You'll burn your stuff up real quick if you're not careful. But, yeah, man, I'm just going to see where it puts me. It's hard to pass here. It's wide, but it's still really hard to pass.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to have to wait for the guy in front of you to make a mistake or maybe play a little bumper tag. So figured we'd check with you real quick. Tell you congrats on the win. Look forward to seeing where you get started in the future tonight, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Good to talk to you, and I hope it goes better than the last one. But we'll see.
All right, Andrew Perry joining us up here. Darren Page, 51 car, about to fire things off. Pace car's out of the way. Heat number 2. Waiting to get in the zone. You see the cone on top of the wall right there in turn 4. Now the green flag going to come out. Pretty good start for the front row. Take us off into 1 and 2. They're going to stay side by side. You got a tippy toe a little. You can see car's getting out of shape. 31 of Humphrey really had to chase the car up the hill. He's going to hang on. Keep the car right beside now. He's got a little momentum. Turnmeyer pushing on the back of Page right there, almost getting into the corner. Here comes Lewis on the top side. Lewis has been fast every week. Just seems to be in the wrong place at the wrong moment. It ends up not getting good finishes out of that fast car. Turnmeyer went right down to the apron down there in turns 3 and 4. Couldn't make it stick. Now Page goes all the way to the top. He'll have the momentum to take second. The battle is for third right here with Turnmeyer and Lewis side by side. Garrett Boyd contact as Page looks like maybe. He got a little help there. Looked like he got a little help off the bumper of the 35 of Lewis. Everybody's going to drive away. Tires the only thing that are going to suffer any kind of real damage here. And it looks like Chase Lewis going to do the tap out rule, and he will move himself to the back. So 6 to go. And we'll see if Humphreys, you can see just a tiny bit of damage on the nose of the 16 car. The splitter pushed in just a little bit there. So we'll see if Humphreys can hold off Turnmeyer as they'll get side by side here when the lights go off on the pace car. Boyd will move up outside row number 2 next to Johnson. So those two swapped lanes but moved up a row, as Page and Lewis will drop behind. Five laps remaining. Heat number 2. We'll have one more after this one. The boys will get a few minutes to get some laps in, maybe put some more rubber into the track during the warm-up session. We'll try to talk to somebody,
green.
See what their thoughts are. But the green flag back out in heat number 2. And Humphrey got a great jump there. It's going to put Turnmeyer and Johnson battling for second now. And Turnmeyer's got the outside. We've seen the outside prevail. And it will here, as it looks like Boyd was trying to go high side. Pull alongside Johnson, and that car just a little too wiggly right now. 35 of Lewis working back to the inside. Got around Page. Up to 5th, not done just yet. He's going to make a bid for 4th down here on the bottom next to Boyd. We're coming around 3 to go this time. Johnson and Boyd on the high side, and that's leaving the bottom open for Chase Lewis. Boyd really trying to get his left front to the right rear corner of that 12 car and keep Lewis, or I'm sorry, Johnson from getting up on exit and maybe have a chance to run by him here. He's getting all kinds of pressure from the 35 of Lewis. This is a battle for 4th, 5th, and 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. Is a battle for the lead starting to shape up. Turnmeyer now has the nose under the 31 car and couldn't keep the rear end under it off of 4 that time. So watch these two down the backstretch. It looks like Humphrey's going to have a shot to pick up the win in the heat. It looks like Turnmeyer will get into the redraw with him. They'll go 1-2 in heat 2. Johnson 3rd, Boyd, Lewis, and Page rounding things out. So, quickly, heat 3 lineup. 53 Terry Dahl on the pole. Brendan Slow in the 24. Right next to him. 2nd row inside is going to be the 45 of Alan Payne. And he'll have Aaron Thompson in the 19 on his outside. And your final row for the final heat, 45 of J.D. Stockwell inside. The 13 of Jesse Thomas on the out. Andrew Humphrey, got a copy. Andrew Humphrey. Hello, Andrew. You got a copy? Yeah, he must not be at his desk right now, so we'll leave him be. We tried to talk to him between the heats. It didn't work out. There we go. Now it wants to reload. I like that. Yeah, it does. All right, green this time. Final heat race. 19 car blinking just a little bit. All right, pace car's out of the way, waiting to hit the start zone.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Terry Dahl, I thought was going to get a brilliant start right there, and it looks like, oh, we're going to have Spinner in front of the 45 and the 045 getting together. Stockwell and Payne, no caution. Both cars able to get it right, and we got a battle coming out of 4 for the lead. And Slow going to take the top spot, lap number 1. So give it to Brandon Slow. Dahl still in second, but that outside line is too strong. And Aaron Thompson pulls the 19 car around the top side of the 53, takes away second. So Dahl went from the pole to 3rd place in 2 laps. And that fall may not be over as Thomas is looking to the outside as well. Stockwell and Payne a long ways back, half a lap right now behind the leaders. Right now, all 24 car. He got the lead.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
I think J.D. Stockwell has had an issue. 45 car. He had a car coming behind him, so if he gets that car out of shape. Oh, there it is. Just lost that car. There's your caution. He keep it rolling, but he was still in the racing groove with traffic coming. So, we'll slow him down. We'll line him back up. We'll finish things out with 3 laps remaining in the final heat race. Slow, Thompson, Dahl, Thomas, Payne, and Stockwell lining things up in that order. Remember, the top 2 go to the redraw for the feature tonight. Did everybody have a good Father's Day today? Did you talk to your dad? If you are a dad, did your kids talk to you? Did they take you for dinner? We got to have dinner at my house today, so. All right, side by side, they're going to get lined up, ready to complete the third and final heat race of the evening. Just waiting to get to that restart zone here in turn number 4. Door to door on that front row.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. And I thought Thompson might have had him timed up pretty good. I think he was just a tick early. He rolls out of the throttle. He'll fall immediately back to the second spot. Now he's going to go for it down in turns 3 and 4. If this was on dirt, I would call that the run at the slide job, but he didn't get it there. Does pull alongside. He will keep slow up on the top side. Using that apron to try to turn that 19 car. Brandon Slow able to get the throttle down on the exit. Pulls the 24 car ahead by about 4 car lengths. Battle for third pretty much settled now as Thomas has it. Dahl is going to fall back to 4th, and he's got company on the outside as J.D. Stockwell now brings the 45 machine back into the fray. The battle's at the front. Can Thompson mount one more charge? He's got a lap to get things done. And a big wiggle out of 4 may have sealed his fate. I do not see the 20. Oh, I do see him. He's in there. Big charge down on the apron. Wasn't enough. Brandon Slow, Aaron Thompson going to tonight's redraw. They finished 1-2. Then it's going to be Thomas, Stockwell, Dahl, and Payne in heat number 3. So while the boys have a moment, let's grab our heat 3 winner. Hey, Brandon, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Win in heat 3 puts you in the redraw. I'm sure they haven't announced that yet as you guys just finished that up. But what do you think going into this 30-lap A main tonight on this tricky little bull ring?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I haven't really ran here in a couple years, so, I mean, it's all a learning curve right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying when we came on the air. I was like, I have not been to, raced on Irwindale Speedway in a long time. I actually thought they turned it into a legacy track. But this place has always been very difficult. A lot of transition. If you go to the flat, if you stay up on the banking, there's not a lot of grip. It's just kind of a tough place to get a good rhythm for.
Yeah, I mean, during practice, I was running the high line up against the wall. So, and then coming down into that heat, I was running the low line the entire time. So, I mean, the track's changing every lap. So.
All right, man, we'll figure out where you're going to start in the feature tonight in that redraw. Wish you good luck, and maybe we'll get a chance to talk to you on the podium this evening.
All right, thank you.
Brandon Slow talking to us tonight. 24 car picking up the heat 3 win. Watching Andrew Humphrey as he takes it in. Thompson, the 19 car. He finished second in that third heat and quickest in this little warm-up session right here, final practice, before we go to the big feature tonight. Chat it up, guys. I've had you chatting earlier, and I see people from all 3 of the formats: YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, come over to the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page. Like, share, follow. If you're on YouTube and Twitch, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. Big week of racing this week with the Dirt Slingers Racing Leagues. King of the Wing Speed Weeks going on. 305s tomorrow, 360s on Tuesday, and 410s on Wednesday. All those winged sprint cars. King of the Wing Kickoff Classic and Tim Sims Front Row Challenge on Monday night, the Raging Cajun ASCS Classic on Tuesday night, and the 5th Annual Jason Johnson Memorial on Wednesday night. So, full week for you this week. Got a few drivers out here making some laps. See, Werdeman is out there. See, Andrew Perry was looking at that apron, trying to see if there was anything down there coming out of 3 and 4. All right, looks like our warm-up session going to come to a close. And our drivers get ready for tonight's feature. We'll look and see what they do on the parade lap to see what the redraw is. All right, now it looks like it's going to be Hunter Johnson and Nick Baker on our front row. And then Aaron Thompson, Marvin Turnmeyer, row 2. Reed Rundle and Brandon Slow in row 3. Andrew Humphrey and Andrew Perry in row number 4. That's the 31 and 33. Andrew, and they're only 2 numbers apart. Wow. Couldn't script this if I tried. Jesse Thomas and Wes Whitfield in row number 5. Garrett Boyd, J.D. Stockwell, row 6. Zach Krieger and Chase Lewis, the 235 cars lined up side by side. Deep in the pack, row number 7. Then the 53, Terry Dahl. And the 88 of Colt Martin. Martin got a lot of work to do. He is going to come back to the front. Bad luck in his heat race. He's going to start 16th tonight. Darren Page and Alan Payne in row number 9. And our 10th row, Jeff Werdeman, the 81 car, going to be all by himself. They are shuffling things up. So, guys, I'm going to say that lineup was just for the sake of saying it, as it looks like it's going to be Thompson and Turnmeyer, then Rundle and Slow, Perry and Humphrey in our 3rd row, Johnson and Baker in row 4, and then Whitfield and Thomas in row 5. Behind that, they are going to stay the same. So, a little bit of shuffling, juke and jiving, whatever you want to call it. They redrew, and things are going to change a little bit. So, we'll see how long it takes the guys to start coming forward. Who starts falling back? They got to save the tires. 35 laps. That's all they got. 1 set of tires. Got to save them. Pace car. Bail out of the way. Down in turn number 4. There it goes. Waiting to hit that restart zone. See that green flag?
Green flag, green
35
flag.
laps for your feature race tonight here at Irwindale Speedway for the MARS Touring Pavement Late Model Stock Cars. And off we go. Thompson, good run off the bottom, but not enough to keep it. Turnmeyer, I thought, got way out of shape coming out of 2, but he was coming from the top to the bottom, and he's going to make a bid for the lead out of 4. Marvin Turnmeyer almost had it. Just a fraction. 19 up to the top side, got past him, and that outside line is going to have the momentum every single time, at least till the tires warm up. So Thompson, Turnmeyer, Rundle, Slow, and Perry, the top 5 right now. That battle at the front, nowhere near over.
All right, man, caution is
And
out.
our first caution, big crash. 5 cars involved in this. Go back here, take a look. It's back at the back 35 car. Down the corner. Oh, there was a tap from the 45 to the 07, and then they just start stacking in. And the 88 of Colt Martin was in that. He's going to drive it away. So I think somebody just got a little out of shape. And the car behind him didn't have enough time to check up, gave him a little bump in the back, spun things around. Everybody else was just a victim of circumstance. But it was Thompson, Turnmeyer, Rundle, Slow, Perry, Humphrey, Baker, Johnson, Stockwell, and Boyd, the top 10 at the time of the caution. Jesse Thomas, Wes Whitfield, Chase Lewis, Darren Page, all on pit road. And Thomas looks like he's got the worst of it. Front end of that car mashed up pretty good. Everybody else kind of rolling out, trying to stay on the lead lap here. Looks like everybody will get out except for maybe Chase Lewis. And Lewis is still on pit road. That car must be hurt worse than it looks. There comes Thomas around. He's going to grab the back of the field. So, restart. 31 laps going to be still on the board, and the green flag back in the air. Thompson, another great restart. Now Rundle trying to put pressure on Turnmeyer from the bottom side. These two door to door coming out of the air. Into 3 and 4, and once again Rundle runs in on the flat, gets the car to rotate, but doesn't have enough time. Or for that matter. He'll slide back to the third spot, 24, Brandon Slope. One heat race number 3, and he's running in fourth spot right now. Andrew Perry won heat race number 1. He's able to work his way to try to take 5th away from your heat 2 winner. That's so your heat winners all clumped in a bunch right here, 4th, 5th, and 6th on the racetrack. And after that redraw, they each had to move up 2 or 3 spots. They were way at the back when they started this
All right,
thing.
man, caution is out. Caution is out.
I'm not sure. Let's see if Alan Payne, I think, gets in this. That's the 45. Oh, he got a tap, and he got Lewis. Oh, my. Werdeman, Dahl. Dahl's car rolls. And I think Lewis's car upside down there in turn number 4. So Chase Lewis, 0. I said it earlier. That guy's fast every single time I see him out. And somehow he ends up in the wrong place at the wrong time. So Jeff Werderman on pit road, along with Chase Lewis. I think those are the only 2 off track right now. Tricky track. Got to just about tiptoe till your tires come up to temperature. And even then, you don't have a ton of grip. Take a look here. That's Andrew Perry in 7th. Andrew Humphrey in 6th. Brandon Slow in the 4th spot. Reed Rundle, Marvin Turnmeyer 2nd, and Aaron Thompson is the leader right now. Host of cars going on to pit road. Not sure what that's about as the lights are going off on the pace car. Dahl, Payne, Thomas, all on pit road. I think Chase Lewis's night might be coming to an end. We'll see after they take a good look at it. He'll be laps down no matter what. We'll see if he can return. We are going to go around one more time. So lights stayed on our pace vehicle that time. There we go. Driver's starting to roll off. There goes Dahl. There goes Alan Payne. Thomas now starting to roll off. 7 laps in, couple of cautions. Boys will get it sorted out. We may go the next 28 laps without incident. The pace car is in, ready for the restart here. Green flag back in the air. Man, that 19 car is just getting great starts. Out in front, Turnmeyer once again with company. Got Rundle down on the bottom. Brandon Slope riding their 24 car right there as well. He's hoping Turnmeyer can make that outside momentum line work a little bit. Now pulls in behind Rundle in the 43, or in the 43 car, excuse me. Oh, that gives Rundle a little tappity tap. That might not end too well. I think Rundle ended up spinning her out pretty good right here. He may have got tagged by Baker. 2, got a little tap. Baker tried to miss him and just couldn't. Looks like everybody else able to split between cars. And Rundle going to join the back of the field. So, maybe I jinxed him. Maybe that was destined. But this is a tough place. Irwindale is a very difficult track to race. I don't care what car you're in. It is a very, I think it'd be difficult in a horse and buggy, but a very old racing surface, very low on grip. You've really got to be in complete control of your machine at all times. Looking to see if we get the lights out on the pace car. And I don't think we did. So maybe next time by. Thompson, Turnmeyer, Perry, Humphrey, Johnson. Krieger is 6th. Stockwell, Whitfield, Martin, Boyd. That's your top 10. Reed Rundle's car. Still on pit road. A lot of left front damage on that car. I don't think we're going to get a good look at it. Not from anywhere are we going to get a good look. That left front really was caved in pretty good. Looks like it's still pushed in pretty good. Might make more downforce on the left front, might not. So we'll get ready to go back to the front as the drivers are going to come out of turn 4. The lights should go off on the pace car. Get ready for the restart. Looks like everybody has rejoined. Baker, Thomas, Rundle, and Slope all the way at the back. Chase Lewis still off track. I think the 35 car probably damaged beyond repair, and he is probably done for the evening. So ready for a restart right here in the restart zone. Green flag comes out once again. The 19 car with a great launch. He's going to get to the top side. Turnmeyer. Get into second. Now his teammate, Andrew Perry, trying to take third. He's stuck kind of on the bottom. And Humphrey working the middle to the top. 31 car trying to find a little bit of momentum, get himself into another podium finish. And run down the back stretch for Andrew Perry off the inside. That's Hunter Johnson, the 12 car. And Zach Krieger. Is that who's behind that? Zach Krieger. Zach Krieger up here. Battling in the top 6. Now goes to the bottom. That might be a mistake. He's going to have to try to find his way back top. J.D. Stockwell is going to close that outside lane off. Garrett Boyd now working to the high side. 8th. Martin is 9th. He's right behind the 88 car. He's going to go low. Try to make a move and take a spot, work his way to the front. Still 10th. Time to get just a little out of shape and go back to the front. Thompson still leading Turnmeyer. Man, looks like he is slinging that thing around.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Whitfield. Looks like he has had an issue. The 07 car was running at about 9th when this happened. Down to the corner. He's going to go to the high side. Loses the rear end. Transferring lines right there. Didn't hit anything, so the only thing he did was flat spot some tires. Joe in the back, and they'll get ready to get at him. So 15 laps in for cautions, still 20 laps to go. Thompson still at the front. Turnmeyer second. Perry's third. Humphrey fourth. Johnson fifth. Stockwell sixth. Boyd seventh. Krieger eighth. Martin ninth. And Werdeman now back inside the top 10. Page, Rundle, Baker, Payne, Slow, Dahl all at the back. Thomas is behind them. Whitfield now all the way back at 18th. And Chase Lewis still the only car not out on the racing surface. $19 laps. 20 laps. 20 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
Thompson. Another real good restart there. He goes straight to the top line right in front of Turnmeyer. Now it's going to be a battle again for third between Humphrey and Perry. And Humphrey trying to get the 31 car alongside and keep Perry off that top line. Does so out of turn 2. So that's going to put Humphrey fourth right in front of Hunter Johnson. Johnson's got Stockwell behind him, and Krieger's on the outside of Boyd trying to take spots back. Learned his lesson, I think, about going down to the low side. Martin working on the outside as well. They're going to try to move the 21 car all the way back to about the 9th spot, where there's a hole to get in line. It's very difficult to pass here, especially on the bottom. Zach Krieger is starting to take a peek and see if he can do something with the 45 of Stockwell right in front of him. 3-4 wide back here. Werdeman, Rundle, Page, all were stacked from bottom to top. Slow now trying to bring the 24 car back towards the front. Going to be down to 15 laps to go right here. Time running out, laps clicking off quickly as we're staying green, a battle for the lead. Turnmeyer went to the bottom. He's going to pull alongside. Just doesn't have space to get up and stop the run on the outside, and Andrew Perry is going to look at that open door as an invitation. 12 car. Johnson's into the fence. He's going to ride it out. Keep it up there. Try not to get wrecked. Falls all the way to 11th before he gets it off the wall and gets back in line. Oh, Turnmeyer off the bottom, and Turnmeyer loses the rear end of the car. Not sure why we don't have a caution here. He was down on the bottom. Must have been far enough out of the racing line that he wasn't in danger. As we stay green, and Turnmeyer goes all the way to the back, battling his teammate for the second spot. Lost it back into the car. 12 laps to go. Still Thompson, Perry, Humphrey, Stockwell, and Krieger now in the top 5. I saw Colt Martin down on the apron in 1 and 2, trying to work over the left side of the 21 car of Garrett Boyd. Lost some ground, and Werdeman was almost in his hip pocket. So up and down a day for Martin. Tough time in his heat race. Started at the back of this feature. He's picked up 9 spots. Got himself running 7th right now. He's about Boyd and Krieger were going at it, and Krieger's got the best of it. So keep Zach Krieger in a top 5 spot. Thompson's still out front. 9 laps to go this time. Clicking them off pretty quickly. Perry not able to get in a position where he could do anything with the 19 car. He's going to be under fire from the 31 of Humphrey, who is already starting to work on the bottom. Now gets back in line because Stockwell's right there. Top 4 under a blanket. Battle back here at 5th. As Krieger went in low, drifts the car out high. Now Boyd's going to go cut under and take the spot away. Here comes Martin as well. And they got Krieger on the inside, pushed him way up top. He drops 2 spots, putting him back to 7th. Drove the car deep in the corner, just could not get opening enough to slide it up in front of the 88. Get back to the front. Coming around, it's going to be 5 to go when they come out of turn number 4. So crunch time, and hopefully not crunching fenders time. But you got to go if you're going to win this thing, and you're in that top 4 for sure. Boyd now in a top 5 spot. And Perry inching closer. Try to put something together late in this one. See if he can find a weakness in the 19 car. Problem he's going to have is if the 19 doesn't slip and he can keep the car fairly straight, he's got all the momentum on the exits right now. So he's got a huge advantage. He may have to do a deep run into the corner and try to do the slide job. 3 to go. Here comes Boyd. He's gone the inside of Stockwell, trying to go for 4th. Nothing to lose from 5th place. If you want to go for it, you better get it done. Here comes Perry now. Works to the inside, up the hill. Contact, contact. Both cars are going to keep going. Went in, did a little pushing and shoving. And this time on the exit, does a 19 car have momentum? Half a car length into 3 and 4. White flag coming out this time. Can Thompson hold off this late charge from Andrew Perry? Out of 2 off the very top. The 19's going to nearly clear him. I thought he had enough momentum. We're going to come out of 4 to the checkered flag and wrap this thing up. Does Perry have enough? Perry steals it at the line. Thompson 2nd. Stockwell brings it home in 3rd. As Humphrey gave up the spot. Great finish right there. Excellent run. Let's see if Mr. Stockwell makes his appearance in the Discord with us. There's J.D. Stockwell right there. We'll move him into the waiting room. There's Mr. Thompson. And we will find wherever Mr. Perry went. And we'll try to force him into joining us again as well. So, let's get ready to talk to J.D. Stockwell. Oh, J.D. Stockwell, you got a copy. J.D., you got me? Hello? J.D., you there, buddy? Well, we're hoping that he gets his mic fixed and he can chat with us. J.D. Stockwell, you there, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
There he is. Well, interesting run tonight. Saw a lot of action all through the field. I mean, you came 9 spots from your starting position to pick up third. How was your feature?
Oh, yeah, that was really good. I was pretty slow in qualifying, so I didn't really expect much. I was just trying not to wreck the whole time. And then I just started picking them off and kept going, and I guess I ended up here.
Yeah, it looked like right at the end you got around Andrew Humphrey there. Had a lot of battles on your way to the front, and you were talking about just trying to hang on. This place, not a lot of grip and very difficult, and I don't care what car you're in. Like I said, I think it'd be hard to race horses and buggies out here, but you managed to get this thing up here. What was going on in the driver's seat all around you?
Yeah, there was definitely a lot going on. I was trying new lines the whole race, trying to see where I should be letting off and getting on the gas and all that, but I'd say by the end I figured it out. Try to just copy everyone else and do a little more than they can.
Well, an awesome run. 45 car on the bottom step of the podium this week. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a hard-earned third place.
Oh, yeah, thanks to my teammate Aaron, Hunter, Johnson Motorsports, Colton. There's another one somewhere. What's his name? Darren. Thanks to all of them for letting me race on their team this week. And we'll be back next week.
All right, man. Good to see you. We'll be off for a couple of weeks here, but we'll see you when we do come back. Thanks for chatting with us, and congrats on a great run.
Thank you.
J.D. Stockwell finishing third this evening. And we'll go talk to Aaron Thompson. He led the vast majority of it. Oh, very last lap, very last corner. Gives up the lead and comes home second. Aaron Thompson, how are you, buddy?
I'm pretty good. Would have been better if I didn't lose by 14,000 there, but
yeah, that was a pretty tight little finish, and you were doing a great job on the top side. It looked like maybe tires just were getting a little bit old at the very end.
Yeah, I pushed a little too hard, trying to hold Marv off there at the start. I don't know, I just kind of lost the right front there, but I don't know. I should have just gassed it up and piled the wall down and try and beat him. I don't know.
Well, interesting format to come and race in the heat races, the inverts, all of that stuff. But you got out front and you stayed there. How were you able to get such great restarts?
I don't know. It was restarts from me, so I just kind of went when I felt like it and tried to change it up a little bit so nobody could predict it. I don't know. It's working, I guess.
Well, great run. Had your teammate with you there in third at the very end. You're not a name that I'm used to seeing in this series. Is this your first week with them?
Yeah, it's my first week. I just gotta take some time to thank Hunter Johnson and Johnson Motorsports and all those guys for bringing me on. It's a blast, and hopefully I'll see you next week.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great run. We'll look forward to seeing the 19 car back on the track real soon.
Yeah, see ya.
Aaron Thompson finishing in a second. Let's get ready to move on. And we already talked to this guy once tonight. And very rarely when you get to talk to somebody early in the evening, does it work out for them that they get to come back to the booth at the end of the night. It's called the broadcaster's curse. But Andrew Perry says, I don't think that's a real thing. And at the very end, 14/100ths of a second, he steals it coming out of turn 4. How you feeling, Andrew?
Well, that's all I can say is wow. I don't know what it looked like up there, but that was some white knuckle racing right there. That was freaking awesome, man. I'm still shaking. I've got some late model wins in real life, and that was just about as cool.
Yeah, gotta be pretty exciting, especially when you're coming through the middle and off the bottom. So many guys kept losing the back end of the car on the exit, especially turn 4, because like we talked about, there's very little grip left in this racing surface. And at the end of that 35 laps, you guys were kind of battling each other. I'm sure the tires were getting a little bit warm. Did you just gas it up and go and hope for the best?
Well, I think that Aaron had used his stuff up trying to fight Marvin off, and then on that last restart, I got a good run and got by Marvin. I love the high side. I wanted to be on the high side, but Aaron was having none of that. So I just drove it in there, and once I got beside him, I just said, I'm going to use all the racetrack I can. I think we touched a couple of times, but he gave me room. I gave him room. It was, and I think he had given up enough in rear grip that he just could not get back on the gas like he wanted to, or maybe it was pushing. I don't know, but it worked out, and man, that was a blast. I didn't know I won until I had to go back and look at the standings.
Well, an awesome race, man. I'm sure you got plenty of shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate an awesome win tonight. Yeah, man. I'd like to thank my teammates, Marvin Turnmeyer, Jeff Warderman, my company, AMP Grading and Demolition, as a sponsor, Gentry Trucking in Mebane, North Carolina as a sponsor, and most importantly, the broadcast. Y'all, you do an awesome job, man, and it's just a lot of fun to go back and watch it the next day. Well, we appreciate that. Congrats on a great win. We'll see you back here in a couple of weeks on a Tuesday night. Yes, sir, man. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I can carry that big Mo on with me. All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Andrew Perry picking up the win on the very last lap out of the very last corner. 14 100ths of a second. That was pretty tight. He barely inched by. I wasn't sure he was going to get there, but he did. And you can hear he was pretty excited about that. So Perry wins it. Thompson was second. Stockwell in third. Humphrey ran third there on the last lap. He gave it up in the last couple of corners. He falls to fourth. Martin with a great recovery in that 88 car. He was the hard charger this evening. Picked up 11 spots from his starting position. He comes home in fifth. Boyd 6th. Krieger 7th. Werdeman 8th. Baker 9th. Rundle was 10th. Slow in 11th. Johnson 12th. Whitfield 13th. Jesse Thomas in 14th. Alan Payne 15th. Darren Page 16th. Terry Dahl was 17th. Marvin Turnmeyer 18th. And Chase Lewis. Terrible night for Chase Lewis. And one of these nights that 35 car is just going to go to the front and stay there all night long. I just have a feeling. But he finishes 19th tonight. Well, an awesome race. Got to see a fantastic finish. Hope you guys all enjoyed that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern. DSRL's King of the Wing Speed Weeks. 305 Wing Sprint Cars from Lima Land Motorsports Park tomorrow night. They will have the Kickoff Classic and the Tim Sims Front Row Challenge tomorrow night. And then Tuesday night, the ASCS 360s from Lucas Oil for the Raging Cajun Classic. And on Wednesday night, the 5th annual Jason Johnson Memorial from Knoxville Raceway. Make sure you tune in a little early for that one, as we will have a handful of guests on beforehand. Zach Krieger covering the show tomorrow night, and then K.R. Stolfus will be covering the next show. I think Zach's going to join him on Wednesday as well, especially with all the guests coming in. So, a lot going on for you this week. A lot of fun here. Always. The Dirt Racing Network and the Dirt Digital Sim Sports Network. We couldn't do it if it wasn't for all the leagues, and there'd be nothing for us to do at all. There'd be no reason if you guys weren't tuning in, so we appreciate that. Thank you to everybody for those opportunities. We hope you enjoyed us. Tune in tomorrow night for sure. Rest of the week. Till we see you the next time, guys. Keep the rough side